In today's uncertain world, there are always unforeseen circumstances that can cause a borrower to default on a loan. When this happens, many consumers believe that foreclosure is inevitable. But even when default occurs, there are options available to prevent foreclosure. The key to making any of these solutions work is for the borrower to notify a lender as quickly as possible when there's a problem. In many situations, the lenders themselves can be the best source of information on how to avoid foreclosure. Some lenders will grant forbearance on a loan. This suspends payments on a loan for a certain period of time to give the borrower a chance to catch up. Many lenders see this as less expensive than going through the foreclosure process. A lender might make up the principal amount of the loan in a foreclosure sale, but they'll also lose out on interest that would have been paid too. Forbearance might be a viable option for a borrower currently having trouble making payments, but who can convince the lender that they'll be able to afford them in the near future. At the end of the forbearance period, the borrower needs to resume their payments, plus an extra amount to pay down the missed payments. There may be the stipulation of making a lump sum of the overdue payments. There's also the option of modifying the loan. This might include lowering the interest rate or extending the loan and adding any past due amounts to the balance. This, in turn, would lower the borrower's payments, making them more manageable. There are conditions for loan modifications, though. The property secured by the loan must be the borrower's primary residence. They also have to prove financial hardship and that they'll be able to make the new payments under the modification. Refinancing the home may be possible as well, in order to replace the unmanageable loan with one better suited to the borrower's financial situation. But generally, borrowers only qualify for refinancing if there's a certain level of equity in the home, and there are closing costs for refinancing they must be aware of. The last two options I'll go over are alternatives to foreclosure, but they still result in the borrower losing the property. The only upside to them is that they'll either exempt the borrower from remaining debt owed after a sale or not cause as much negative impact on the borrower's credit. The first is a deed in lieu of foreclosure. Essentially, the borrower agrees to deed the property over to the lender and they're relieved of any remaining debt obligations. The final option is a short sale. This is a sale of a property that doesn't cover the entire remaining loan balance. Thus, it's short. While the borrower may still be responsible to pay the rest of the obligation, their credit score won't be as negatively affected as it would be by a foreclosure. The key takeaway here is that there are alternatives to foreclosure. Licensees can forearm clients with the knowledge that if losses or tragedies occur, they may still have options.